or one of the number one products that people are looking for, because what it is, like, my dog is stiff, he has, his joints, his issues. So this is definitely a product that we value here within Navetica, and our product line is our Navetica hip and joint. Why? Because not only does it have the MSM, not only does it have glucosamine, but it has what? Pernicanalicularis. Yes, which is a green lip mussel off the shores of New Zealand. Whoop, yep, see that little shellfish right there? That is the shellfish that gives us that oil that is 100 times more potent than fish oil. So I'm going to kind of bounce around here. You see the information on here. Most of it is up to date. So if you see something and you have questions about it, take note of it so then we can address it at the end, so that we can address your questions about these products, because hopefully this is something that we'll not only come back to, but again, we want you to truly be focused, not just focused, but aware of what this product is, what it represents, what it can do for people's pets and their dogs. So again, our hip and joint, the edible shellfish, and that ingredient is the Pernicanalicularis. If you needed to write it out the way it's not spelled to help you say it, do so, because it's not a hard word, but if you look at it, it could look like it's really complicated. It can look like it's complicated, but it's not. It's Pernicanalicularis. So you can see the ingredients there, and what's in there has the protein, the carbohydrates, the lipids, the minerals, and the water. That's what is in that mussel. And it also contains glucosamine. So you have the added benefit of having glucosamine in it. But this mussel right here, this is some kind of mussel that we are truly amazed, that we should be truly amazed that this is a product that is in our hip and joint. So that is our hip and joint. So our next product is our digestive chew. So the digestive chew is exactly what it is, what you hear it saying. It's for the digestive. It's to help support it. As you see here in the wording, it's infused with the best ingredients. It helps support the pet's digestive system. But our formula contains aloe vera, rosemary extract, which aims to combat digestive issues. So if you're anyone who deals with herbs are natural, and these are things that we add to our diet that can help us with our digestive system. So this is not only has the pre and probiotics, but has added ingredients to help with the digestive to soothe. So you're going to get the benefits of helping with the relief of diarrhea, upset stomach, constipation, and anal gland issues, which is really a big one. A lot of people take their pets to the groomers or even to the veterinarian to have them express their anal glands. That is not something that I particularly like to do. When I do my own pets, I do it when they're in the tub in this water, so the water can flush it down, because you can do anal glands in the wrong way. I know that was TMI, too much information. But hey, if we can help reduce having the need to do that with our digestive chew, hey, that is a sell in itself, wouldn't you say? So that is our digestive chew, not only having the pre and probiotics, but also having those added additives to help soothe the digestive system. And it goes into a little bit more in regards to the support that it gives. And here's a product overview. You see the complex of the FOS and the prebiotic that feeds the good bacteria in the intestine. And it really goes into detail. And that's not what we're going to do tonight, but this is some information that is in our, this is in the pet party. And this information is also in our training manual. So this is not something that you're just saying for once. This is something that you have access to. And as Dr. Croom mentioned this morning, this is one of the tools that we have. We're not just giving information or giving products. We're giving the product with information and the knowledge behind it to present and to share information to our clients to help their fur babies. So we're not going to do the calming chew tonight, but we are going to do that skin and coat. So the skin and coat, the skin and this coat. So when you think about the skin and coat, you think about, okay, the actual skin, because actually some dogs don't even have fur. So then you say the skin, is there lumps, are there bumps, is there irritation, you know, whether it be seasonal, whether it just be like eczema, because these are things that dogs can get as well. So we want to keep in mind that our skin and coat is not only to help support the skin, but with the coat, it helps with like when coats are dull and dry, skin having that itchy and flaky irritation. That is going, our skin and coat is going to help with that. Why? Because it has ingredients such as the brewer's yeast, omegas 3, 6, and omega 9 fatty acids, vitamin E. All of these ingredients help increase good benefits in presenting positive oils and moisture to help support sleek and healthy coat and supple skin. And our last supplement that I'm going to talk about today, for the moment anyways, right now, is our multivitamin. And as we've talked about in our trainings, information, we always say every pet, no matter what age they are, however I say like at about 3 months, 3, 4, 6 months, depending on what kind of breed it is, you want to start them on a multivitamin. So we want to, communicate with the client, like what are they feeding their dog? And then these are things that go into additional information that you ask, which goes into something that I said I wasn't going to do, which goes into more like a dosing. But the multivitamin is super important, because even if someone says, my dog is healthy, this is something that you want to say, that is super great that your dog is not showing any signs of any irritations, any illnesses. But knowing that we live in an environment that we live in, even as humans, we all can say that we're healthy, but we do things to help prevent things from happening, things to prevent issues from coming up. And don't you want to do the same thing for your fur babies? Don't you want to help them live the best life they can live? I've been on the other end, for last wishes and seeing pet parents having to say goodbye to their fur babies for issues that the pet industry didn't tell them about, because they were feeding them foods and dyes and the kibble. That's something else that we talk about. Everybody can't afford to feed their dog, get up and feed their dog a fresh meal like rice and beans and chicken and, different mussels from the different different sources of protein. So we have to be resourceful in finding the best way to be efficient in helping our fur babies, helping them help their fur babies live the best life. They don't have to listen. They don't have to say, we don't want them to say like we're trying to sell them something, but we definitely want to give them the information. Just like, please just listen to the information that I want to share with you. I'm not asking you to buy something from me right now, even though we are, but we want them to truly understand why is it that we're sharing this information with you? We're sharing this information with you. Why? What does it say the benefits of this multivitamin is? It says it supports the brain, it supports the heart, the kidney, the eyes, helps liver function. And these are all things that we, as in the pet professional world, like as far as like on the veterinary side, when people come in, these are things that pet parents are talking about. They'll be talking about, my dog is like, he was kind of like dizzy today. He's not urinating. He's not going to the bathroom. I don't know. He's got something going on with his eyes. Like something is wrong. I don't know what's going on, but I need help. And then everybody is so ready to give their pets a prescription when they don't even take the time to look at the benefits of what we have to offer. And that is Navetica. Navetica, these supplements are truly, and I've been in the pet industry for like 16, going on 17 years now. It didn't seem like that long. And then I started saying, I was like, I've been saying 14, 15 years for a long time. And then I had to go back and I was like, I forgot to add a couple of years. So this is truly an opportunity that I want us all to take part of in learning, continuing to learn. And though it seems like we're hearing the same thing over and over again, it is something that no matter how many times you hear it, I guarantee you will continue to hear something that you haven't heard before, or if you have heard it before, have a different understanding of it. And with that being said, I am so happy that I had the opportunity to give you a little bit of that knowledge. So now we're going to get into a little bit more interactive. So hopefully you took a little bit of the notes, because when Miss Flietner comes on, my business partner, my other superhero there, I want you to get excited. Miss Flietner, I am so amazed and happy to share the stage with you tonight. So everybody, give it to hands to Miss Flietner as she continues.
No, give it back to Miss Tony. Was it Tectonic Tony?
Thank you, Miss Tony.
No, let's go.
But let's keep this going. Let's going. Yes, thank you.
Great job, Tony.
Good job.
She's awesome, isn't she? I love her. She's so good. I love her. So I am so excited to be here, guys. It's been a long time since I've been able to speak on a Monday night call, because there's been baseball and football and baseball and football and you just name it. I've had it going on. So I'm so excited to be here with you guys. I love you all. Mr. T, I call him Mr. T. It's Mr. T. Henderson brought up something in, this is, thanks, Patricia. Brought up something, and this is so important. In fact, Tony also brought up something, is we are consultants, right? We are salespeople, right? But we consult first to come up. So we're problem solvers, right? So one of the things, if you guys were on this morning's call, Dr. Kroom mentioned that one of the best things we have, because a lot of people are coming into this business brand new to the pet industry. And that's awesome. And I love it. I love it. And that's what's crazy is I want some of you that are new, I don't know if you were aware of this, but our biggest seller out of all Novetica right now, our highest sales queen was not a pet professional before she came into Novetica. She wasn't. She utilizes that pet assessment like you wouldn't believe, to the point now that she knows it inside and out. She knows what questions to ask. She truly consults. Like Mr. T said, we are consultants. So it's very, very important that every time a person talks to you about their pet, their fluffy, you're thinking in your head. You've got these questions. You're using your brain, because somebody might come to you and say, oh, this is going on. And our first instinct, of course, is always, multivitamin will help everything. But there's so many more things that could help that pet, right? So by learning and using our brain and actually truly consulting, we can provide that pet with the best possible experience, the best possible life. Okay. So definitely always be learning. Miss VetTech Tony, she's been in the industry for a long time. I've been in, I guess now it's over 20 years. It's crazy, you guys. It's just crazy when I say that, but I am constantly learning. There's a lot of little courses that I take online that are pretty inexpensive. If you're ever interested in them, just reach out to me. I am just constantly learning. So with that being said, like we were saying, you want to have your pen and paper, because I hope you guys were taking notes. You know why? And Ms. Green, I'm going to attempt to screen share. Don't laugh at me. I always mess it up. So I'm there with you, okay? So just don't laugh at me. Make sure it's up, okay? And share it. All right, we don't want that. We want this one. Because, guys, guess what? We're having a pop quiz. We are having a pop quiz. Oh, that didn't come quite up like I wanted it to. Let me just redo this here. Can you guys see this okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so yes. Pop quiz. Does everybody have their pen and paper handy? Because I'm going to ask you a series of questions. And like I was mentioning, you're going to want to be using your brain. Okay, so being a consultant, You're using your brain, you're thinking, you're solving. Our job is to help solve some problems here and help prevent these problems as well. So this quiz though is only considered, so we're not going to cover all of our products. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is on your paper, there were 4 products that Miss Tony talked in detail today. So we have the digestive support, the hip and joint, the multivitamin, and the skin and coat. So I cannot see the screen right now. So as we're going, I want you guys, you're gonna be brainstorming, and as I ask these questions, I'm not giving out prizes, but I want you to be, mentioning stuff in the chat, okay, as you're answering these questions, okay? It's not a race. I want you guys to really think this through and think why you're coming up with these answers, okay? Okay, so the first question is, name 2 questions, please, that are needed to ask when conducting a pet consultant, whether it's, you're getting somebody on the, somebody messages you, private messages you on Messenger, whether you're talking to somebody in the dog food aisle, or somebody walked past you with the pet. Name 2 questions that you feel are important that we need to ask when starting our pet consultants, or our pet assessments.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So go ahead and start firing away in the chat, guys. I'm gonna give you a few seconds. I want you to think this through. Name 2 questions that you feel are super important that you need to know when conducting a pet assessment, before you even start talking about products. Okay? How do you guys feel? Can I move on? Or do you need a few more seconds? Okay, so let's do.
You can move on, ma'am.
All right, thanks. All right. When considering the 4 products that were discussed today, okay, so we have the digestive support, the hip and joint, the multivitamin, and the skin and coat. If your client has a German Shepherd, what is one of the first things that you think of? What is the first product you think of, and why? And you guys, there's no wrong answers. There really is no wrong answers. I want you to think. Because when I think of German Shepherds, man, I think of all that hair. There's tons of hair, right? Tons of hair. They age pretty quick. They age very, very quickly. I think of horrible joint disorders. You know what I mean? So there's lots of these questions here that we could be thinking of, right? I know some shepherds that have some pretty crazy, nasty ears too. And let me tell you, getting them into the vet clinic to have to work on them is difficult. I love German Shepherds, but getting them in the clinic is very difficult. So if we can save the owners and the vet staff, let me tell you, we're doing our job. All right, I'll move on to the next one. How are we doing, Miss Tony? Are we getting some good answers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. All right, here we go. This is a trick question. Which product that we discussed today can be used for cats? Trick question.
I was confused.
This is a trick one, guys. Gotta be on your toes.
The products that we talked about tonight.
Correct.
Remember, we're trying to stay focused on the products that we talked about tonight. We will be talking about the other products coming up in the coming weeks, but we're really trying to educate you all and give information on the products that we talked about tonight.
Yes. All right, next question. All right, there's lots of reasons here, but I'd like to hear your number 1 reason you would use to somebody who's questioning why our products are better than the competition's. Personally, I don't think there is a competition. I've been in this field for 20 years. That's my reason, but there's a lot of other good ones too. So name one reason why our products are better than the competition's. Or should I say the second runner up? Should I say it that way? That might be a better way to say it.
Got some good ones coming in, Ms. Flietner.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said we got some good coming in.
Okay, I'll give it a few seconds.
Right, you guys are rocking. I love it.
Oh, I can't wait. I wish I would. I'll have to go back and review this so I can see it myself. If you got more than one reason, put it in the chat. I want to hear it.
So we have natural products. We have NASC certified, human grade, non-GMO, made in the USA. The quality of the products, they don't cut corners due to advertising costs.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So yeah, some other one here, high quality. Yes, it works. That's definitely one. It works.
One thing, what I like to say, and I'm going to tell you what one of my number one reasons is because, and I don't know if you guys know, if you've ever used, a lot of our competitors use capsules or they use those little chalky tablets or powders. They're not really edible. So many pets just don't take them. They don't use them. So they're wasting them. Where ours are actually edible, that is huge to me. Huge to me. So plus, of course, they're made in the USA. That's another thing. But okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so here we go. I'm not sure what number this is. Why is it important to have a pet with a healthy gut? This is a hard one. If you guys don't have answers for that, that's okay. But I want you guys to think, so with our the digestive support that we use, there's lots of reasons why a healthy gut is super important, right? So if that gut's healthy, it does other things for the skin and the ears too, right? So why is it so important to have a healthy gut? You know what I mean? There's lots of things going on in that one. Because there is a reason why the digestive support is one of our, at least my biggest sellers, for sure. All right. Here we go. I'm going to say thank you for listening. I have a trick question here, and I'm going to say this because it's not a trick question. It's my last question. And the reason I'm doing this is because Mr. Baker mentioned in there about his Ginger, who is a golden retriever, loving the digestive support. I love the digestive support as well. It is my, I have 5 golden retrievers, just like Mr. Baker has his golden retriever. You guys, I don't know if you know about golden retrievers. You think hot spots on the skin. You think icky ears constantly. I see Miss Tony is shaking her head. She is shaking her head. Yep. She knows. She's cleaned a lot of dogs' ears before. Guys, I don't have to clean my dog's ears anymore because of the digestive support. 5 golden retrievers. Actually, we actually have 9 dogs in the house. 5 of them, and I don't clean dogs' ears anymore. You have no idea how life-changing that is for me. So digestive support is by far one of my favorites. But anyways, I wanted you guys to understand by thinking and utilizing that brain, you see how it gets easier to do that consulting. You know what I mean? Where you can, you ask certain questions and you can just get people, you want them answering questions for you versus just saying yes or no. That's what I need, yes or no. So by then I'm just babbling. Anyway, so now, yes, you can laugh at me, Miss Tony. So now, no, guys. Yes, ma'am.
Are you not getting ready to pass the call? I got one more thing. If you're getting ready to pass.
Yes.
No, if you're getting ready to pass the call, I just wanted to say, thank you all, for joining us. But we did want to give them, open the floor up to maybe 2 questions.
Yep.
So if there is a question that anyone wants to ask Vet Tech Tony or Vet Tech Flietner, go ahead, unmute your screen, unmute your mic, and go ask away. I'm not answering my phone tomorrow, so you better ask now.
So here's a question, guys. If you had a pet come in and, or you're somebody somebody gets a hold of you and says, oh my gosh, can you help me out? My dog is just, there's spots all over its skin, like these red spots, and they're all crusty, and they're, what do I do? What do I do? Should I do any? Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, team, look, I want you guys to check it out. You know, I want you to understand a rare opportunity that you're being asked. Okay. You're being asked by pet professionals that we have in a team, literally combined almost over, I believe it's over 30 years of experience, right? Combined of pet professionals, right? And they're literally opening the platform for you to ask anything and everything that you want as relates to the business or whatever you can, you know, to help you grow, to help you become better, to help you become more of a professional. Okay. And here's the thing, more than likely, whatever questions you have, somebody else has as well. So take advantage of the opportunity now to ask your questions so that way you can grow, and more importantly, help somebody else grow that maybe was a little nervous to ask that same question that you have. Okay, so definitely take advantage of that. Before I pass it back so you guys can ask your questions, I do want to make clear, remember, we are not NASC certified. Okay, that's a different process. We are members of the NASC. Okay, so what that means is we sent some of our products over to them. They did a third-party testing to see if our ingredients are in the products, all right? And they verified it, and they keep track of any issues, any problems as relates to the products, okay? When you're certified by the NASC, all right, that's a whole nother process. They, you know, we just ain't have time to do all that yet, to be honest with you. But they come through your warehouse, they do a white glove test, and they do all this stuff constantly on you on top, all right? We don't have time for that yet. All right, but eventually we'll get there as well. Does that make sense? So currently, you know, be careful what you said, because we can't put their certificate on their certification on a product yet, because we're not yet certified, but we are members, which is still, okay, which is still a major difference from many competitors out there. Okay, do not take that lightly. Okay, do not take it for granted. But I just want to explain the difference. Okay, and so that being said, again, that's just one little thing to help us all grow and become better as pet professionals. But now you have two people here, over 30 years of experience combined in the industry, asking you questions. So definitely unmute yourself, get your questions answered. Let's go, let's grow, team.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
So I have a question that comes up often, and that is, my dog has all these allergies, and I've been told I can only put them on specialized products. Are these safe?
Yes. So a lot of allergies that are out there with and it kind of depends on, and this, I hope you don't mind, I'm jumping in here, Miss Tony. I just know that, okay. A lot of dogs, especially, you know, when you talk about food allergies and stuff like that, first of all, I always think, let's get that gut healthy first. You know, that's an important thing, because if the immune system, if the gut is unhealthy, the immune system is heightened, which makes allergies and allergens even more like apt, you know, like angry and ready to come out. So that's one of the first things. The thing is our products have our hydrolyzed proteins in them. Those are safe for dogs that have certain protein allergies as well. So let's say they say, oh, my dog's allergic to beef, and our, you know, product has beef in it. It's okay. It's called hydrolyzed protein. So, for example, you know, like the expensive prescription diet food that's out there, like you'll see, you know, that is just for protein dogs. That's the proteins that's in them too, is hydrolyzed protein. So I guess that's the route I would go. I also, if they're talking environmental allergies as well, like the grasses and all that stuff, then I definitely go towards getting them on that water or the waterless shampoo, so you can get all those allergens off of them as well. Does that help? But I definitely think that they need to get that gut health under control to have a healthier immune system. And then their body can more than likely, ideally, you know, handle then the allergens a little bit better. Does that help? Anything else you want to add?
Yes, ma'am. So going in from the other way, because even before I started with Novetica, ingredients were always a big thing for me, probably because of the doctor that I used to work with. He was not only a veterinarian, he was also a wildlife biologist. And he was always, you know, like, I know when I say wildlife biologist, like, what does that have to do with what you're getting ready to say? But he was always into what the ingredients were in a product. So he would go through different products, different foods. So when Ms. Griffiths asked the question that she said, it is regards to allergies, that it made me think about different situations with different foods, that sometimes the ingredients that are in foods, you don't even think that they're in there, like our hip and joint. Though it is super amazing, like I love our hip and joint, but it also, because I have my canine nephew, I recommended this for him. I couldn't get, he can't use this because he's allergic to some of the ingredients that are in here. Like he gets the licky, itchy paws, like with the wheat and oat. He can't eat that. And that is one of the ingredients in here. So I know that's a little in depth, but if you get someone who really says, like, my dog is allergic to everything, you do want to take a moment and go a little extra in depth so that we're not recommending something to them that could cause even more issues in the long term. And though they might not be able to take the hip and joint, they may be able to take the skin and coat, because they all do not have the same formulations across the board. So
and another question I always ask too is if they've actually had blood work and an allergy panel done, or if they're saying, well, you got to be careful, because a lot of allergy is it a Google search? So they Google it and say, oh, my dog has allergies to this, this, and this. So is this something that's been medically diagnosed? That's another thing that I'd like to know. That's why when cases like that happen, reach out to us, guys. We can help walk you through that. Does that make sense? So yeah, definitely, I agree. But I do often ask if it's been medically diagnosed as an allergy as well.
Awesome. Thank you,
So,
Dave.
yeah, so definitely if it gets to someone, it doesn't happen too often where you get a dog or a pet who just has so many allergies you can't recommend most of our products to, because usually that pet parent will outrightly say, does it have this in it? They'll be the first ones to tell you, and then you can automatically go and look at the ingredients. And now with our new website, they can see it right there. And, so go from there. All right. I think we got time for one more. That was a good one. Thanks, Ms. Griffiths. One more. So Ms. Flietner, do we have another scenario that we often hear from that we could maybe just give a representation from? I know you talked about the digestive chew, not just being for digestive issues, but for the ears. Yeast on the skin.
Yep. I also, anytime I hear of an aging, so I'd like to know, so we were asking about those two questions at the beginning. That first question I asked, some of the things that I like to know right away, of course, is age. I want to know what the age of the dog is. And I also want to know if it's a dog or a cat. Because you know what, guys? I went through I showed up. I do a lot of cash and carry. I showed up, had all these items. I'm like, oh, this is a big sale. And I get them like, oh my gosh, this is a cat. I was so bummed. But yeah, so that's another thing. Is this a dog or a cat? So ask that question. But I want to know the breed of the dog. So age and breed for me are huge. And of course the name. I want to know if it's Fluffy or, Tank or is because there's so many breeds out there that are predispositioned to joint issues that really could benefit from being on our hip and joint right away. Like Miss Tony said, our hip and joint is by far better than our competitions. Like I said, it's edible for one thing. But the other thing, guys, is testimonies. Testimonials are what sells. So we can tell them, oh, it's that pernicaniculus in it. But unless they know what it's going to do for their dog, they probably aren't going to buy. So make sure, I know a lot of people, you can actually pull up and you'll have oh my gosh, look at this video of Polo. And I think it was Polo. Forgive me, guys, I forget, but I think it was Polo with, it actually shows different, things. Product testimonials are this big thing I think that sells that I like to share. Does that help? I know I kind of got off kilter there, but I thought that was a huge thing. And you're right. It doesn't matter if it's a large breed dog or a small breed dog, because those little breeds, their little knees pop out of place all the time. So, yeah.
I got a quick question.
Who was that? Who was that?
It's Mr. Bailey.
Yes, Mr. Bailey.
Yes, ma'am. How do you guys go about recommending products towards newborns and pregnant pups?
Oh,
Or they're about to have a litter.
I say personally leave the pregnant moms alone unless it's something that they have been on previously to being on before they got impregnated. And as far as the pups are concerned, I would definitely wait until they were fully mature and eating kibble before I started a supplement for them. So they would be like 12 weeks and up.
I 100% agree. 100% agree. There's even things like a multivitamin can be dangerous to a pregnant mother because too much calcium is actually bad, can be a bad thing. So you have to be very, very careful. I would recommend that they talk to their veterinarian because ideally we want them to have a veterinarian that they're working with for that pregnant mom in case of emergency, whatever. So I would ask them, and then just like, and even when they're lactating, so meaning they're still nursing, there's certain things that can pass the puppies way too easy. I believe, I don't recommend it at all. I agree. Just wait. They should just be a nice good puppy kibble. And then go from there. And then what I like to do, guys, too, is for my friends that do our breeding, is make puppy kits for them. So that way, what breed they are. And, so they'll, give them a few samples and say, okay, when your dog is 12 weeks old, because of this, and this, here's your puppy kit. And then you possibly just got a bunch of people there. And perhaps could turn that person into a pet consultant. But anyways, we're running out of time.
Yes, ma'am.
Way too much cool stuff.
That was fun. I thought that was amazing. It was great. I know we went over the 4 supplements tonight. So I think this is something that we can definitely continue on, maybe not next week, but maybe every other week. And we'll talk to Mr. Brown about that. But I think that we always continue to learn. Like, I think we could probably go over these products again next week and still learn something. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I'm just saying in regards to the amount of information that can be put into the mind and that we continue to learn from. There's information always put out. We continue to learn. So always keep that mindset of learning and keep your minds open. So with that being said, we're going to bring onto the stage our one and only, the phenomenal Mr. Sean Bailey.
Hello, family. How are we feeling? Listen, I want you guys to go in the chat, unmute your mics, and give it back. Oh, my goodness. Give it back to Miss Flietner.
Awesome.
Let me hear it.
Great job. Great
Awesome job, ladies. Thank you.
Yes. All right, and as I am parking, I excuse my non-professionalism, starting the car, driving you guys, but I'm parked now. Get excited. So quickly, guys, I want to talk to you guys about, just we wrapping up, right? We're getting ready to wrap up. The majority of this call was really more so on an informative level. We want to make sure that, as pet consultants, we have all the information that we need. We have all the nuggets that we need, and we're equipped, right? We're equipped to go out here and actually help pet parents, right, and pets ultimately live a long and healthier life. So I definitely have to give it back to Vet Tech Tony as well as Miss Flietner. And guys, I want to discuss really quickly, and I got a present for you guys too, but I want to discuss really quickly. I want to talk about momentum. And when it comes to momentum, I also want to touch on the one and only, right? The one and only Big Mo, right? So people that are new on the call, who is Big Mo? What is Big Mo, right? And how does she correlate with momentum? Well, Big Mo is momentum. Momentum is Big Mo, right? And so with that being said, when it comes to this business, you always want to make sure that you're focusing on building your momentum. It's so, so vital, right? And it's vital because when you have momentum, right? When you have momentum, people are signing up, right? People are purchasing products from you. Put a 1 in the chat if you've experienced momentum inside of your business, right? And what I mean by that is you've actually had a lot of sales coming in. You actually had a good bit of business partners signed up that month. You actually had a lot of activity going on, right? And so ultimately, what you have to do is you have to build it up, right? You have to build it up. And in correlation, you want to ultimately get and wine and dine Big Mo, right? And I say that because when you're trying to build momentum in this business, it's extremely hard, right? It's extremely hard. Why is it hard, Mr. Bailey? Well, it's hard because you're putting in a lot of effort to get something to a certain point. So when you first get, this is why we always say go through your numbers. This is why we always say go through your numbers, right? When you first come in, right, you want to make sure that you hit the ground running. That's why we tell you to make your 100-person list. That's why we have pet parties, right? Because it's giving you an opportunity to get inside of momentum. And when it comes to Big Mo, right, when it comes to Big Mo, she's very, very picky. Yes, yes. She's very picky. She is the type of individual that will hold you accountable. She is the type of individual that, yes, she will leave you if you do not do right by her. And trust me, when she leaves you, you're going to be like a music video where the rain is coming off the window and you just staring outside, wondering where she's at, hoping she comes back. And I'm serious. When your business goes through some stagnance, right? When your business, and Mr. Henderson always says it all the time, but you want to stay away from stagnant, right? Water, when it's stagnant, what tends to happen? A lot of bugs, a lot of pests come around the water when it's stagnant. And it's the same exact thing with your business, right? It's the same thing with your business. If you're stagnant in your business, that ultimately can take you out, right? That can be something that could ultimately take you out. Oh, this isn't for me, because nothing's really happening right now. I remember when we had all this momentum going on and, we were in the momentum and now it's just like it's stagnant, right? And so stagnant is never good. That's why you always want to focus on building it up. And so when you're trying to build it up, when you're trying to get Big Mo, right? And I got a surprise for you guys. But when you're trying to get Big Mo, right, you have to be dedicated. You have to be committed. You have to be all in, right? Just think about it. And ladies and gentlemen, we're all human beings. We are all men and women on this call, right? We were once in school, right? We like somebody or somebody liked us, right? Whatever the case may be. When you like that person, you wrote them a letter, right? Or you went over there and you may have talked to them and gave them your number to your house phone and, call the house at this time because my parents, whatever the case may be, right? You had a conversation and you ain't had no little 5-minute conversation. You was on the phone all night long. Your mom like, boy, you still on the phone? Gotta get off this phone right now. But again, that's what it takes. That is what it takes, right? That is what it takes. I don't know what that means, but that is what it takes, right? Yeah, I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying. 100%. And that is what Big Mo wants to know. Big Mo wants to know, do you like me or not? Are you trying to take me out on a date? Are you trying to get to know me so we can have a long, healthy, thriving relationship, right? And so with that being said, again, going back to the commitment, you want to be committed to doing your voice notes every single day. You want to be committed to doing, right, the 7 core values, calling your upline, calling your downline, right? Making sure that you're getting your sales, making sure that you're doing presentations. Why? Because those are the criterias. Those are the things that you need to do. Just like when you was back in middle school, you was thinking, how am I going to swindle this girl? How am I gonna, get this girl to like me? All right, I'm gonna go buy her some candy. I'm gonna come to school, with some Kit Kats. You know what I'm saying? And if I give it to her, write a nice little letter, she's going to have a smile on her face, right? Same exact thing with Big Mo. You have to think about your business constantly. You have to literally be thinking about, okay, when I go home, what can I do to make my business get better? How much more creative how much more creative can I become to actually get these sales, to actually get these presentations? How many people do I have to talk to, right? How many people do I have to talk to actually get somebody to say yes to the presentation, and then also get somebody to say yes to signing up, right? But all of these things under the sun is what it's going to take for you to obtain Big Mo. And she is a peculiar one, right? She doesn't like to be, she doesn't like when she doesn't like it when you may put your time into other things. I'm gonna say that one more time. She doesn't like it when you're putting time into other things. I didn't say that, Big Mo did. Big Mo doesn't like it when you give energy to other things. Come on now. Come on now. Is this making sense? Is this making sense? Put a 1 in the chat if this is making sense. Big Mo doesn't like it when you are giving your energy to other things, right?
Yes, sir.
And so, yeah, you can 100% give your energy to going to the mall, right? You can 100% give your energy to having fun. You can give your 100% in your energy to, and I hope and I pray this is not it, but being lazy, right? But again, Big Mo ain't having it with none of that stuff. She's not, right? She is easily gonna hold you accountable. She's gonna say, hey, so we were supposed to go out at 9 o'clock a.m. Morning call, and you weren't there. Big Mo doesn't like that. She doesn't like that. And so if you all are following me, right? If you all are truly following me and getting all these analogies, I know it's a lot of analogies I'm throwing at you guys. Put a 7 in the chat for me. Put a 7 in the chat if you're with me, right? And I got a little surprise for you guys. But I'm saying all of this to say, find your Big Mo, right? And do whatever you can to get her. She's a great woman, right? She is a great asset. She's very valuable. She is 100% loyal, right, to you. But are you going to be loyal to her? Right? Are you going to be loyal to her? You need to constantly be thinking about her. Constantly be thinking about her. Constantly be thinking about her. And it's the same thing with your business. So, with that being said, I got a little surprise for you all. And hold on 1 second, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Miss Flietner, if you will, by chance, if you could do
Yes,
the
sir, I'm
honors,
ready.
ma'am. Awesome. Hold up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold up. Don't do it just yet. Don't do it just yet. Guys. All right now. This is a big deal. If you guys are ready for what's about to come next, right? Because we're talking about Big Mo. I got a little surprise for you guys. Just put 2 and 2 together, right? If you're ready for what's about to come next, unmute your mics and let me hear some noise. I want to hear it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
What you talking about?
Get excited.
Okay. I think y'all are ready. I think y'all are ready. I truly think y'all are ready. But again, right? Again, anticipation. I know you guys are highly anticipated, but truly remember, more than anything, yes. Big Mo is an imaginary character, but is she? Right? Is she? Is your business? Is your business an imaginary character to you, or is it real? And I want you to truly take your business very, very serious and understand. Ultimately, what I'm saying, guys, is your business is going to treat you the way you treat it, and that is facts. All right, with that being said, I got a surprise for you guys. Oh my goodness, I'm excited, Miss Flietner. All right, guys, I'm gonna need a countdown. I'm gonna count you guys down. right? I'm going to count you guys down, and we are going to have a nice surprise that's going to happen on this screen. All right, starting at 5, 4,
Dun, 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 dun.
3, 2, 1. Oh!
Oh my God.
My goodness.
Let's go.
Let's go,
Come
Big
on,
Mo.
guys.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I gotta ask Big
Listen.
Mo, my husband married.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, she is, ma'am. She is a bad one. She is a bad one. She is a bad one. But listen, more importantly, right? Understand, she's the real one. So she's not going to play any games. And if you want, right, if you want to ultimately experience and, right, have your picture with Big Mo, right, might have a little dinner date situation, right? Maybe not. But if you want to have your picture with Big Mo, you need to get in momentum, right? You need to get in momentum. And this is where I got to get serious a little bit. You need to get in momentum, and you need to start focusing on getting your sales. You need to start focusing on signing people up. You need to start focusing on the ranks. The ranks. Yes, yes, yes. Hitting the ranks, right? Because if you want your picture, right, the leadership 100% has came up with this idea that if you want your picture, and we got all types of different ideas, guys. This is, I mean, it's set in stone, but we can always add to it. But if you want a cartoonized picture of yourself and Big Mo together, just like that, y'all could be having a nice little Avenger pose, right? All that stuff. If you want that, focus on building the momentum. Focus on building the momentum. Focus on hitting your ranks. We all have 2 ranks right now that are the just pivotal point in your business. And we're about to wrap this up soon. Pivotal point in your business. That rank is RPC and RD. RPC and RD. They've troubleshooted this, guys. They've done this multiple times. They know what rank is ultimately going to give you some momentum, right? And so if you haven't hit RPC, if you haven't hit an RD, that's what you need to focus on the rest of this month. That is what you need to focus on for the rest of this month. As soon as we get off this call, go look at your back office and see where you need to be to hit that specific rank. And when you hit that rank, right, let your upline know, listen, me and Big Mo are going out on a date. Right, we going out on a date. You already know, right? Because I've done what I needed to do. I've earned my chance to take her out on a date. I've earned my chance to wine and dine her, and it is go time. It is go time. So focus on hitting those 2 ranks. And lastly but not least, I want everybody to focus on bringing in at least 1 business partner. 1 business partner. Can we do that? Put a 1 in the chat if we can do that. If we're going to do everything, and you don't have to bring in a business partner. But yes, ma'am. But you don't have to bring in a business partner, but doing everything in your power to get one. And check this out. You know, your upline, your mentor knows. You know, and your mentor knows if you're trying or not. They know. They know. Right? It's too late. You showed them, you didn't show your mentor enough to know when you're working and when you're not. And more importantly, on the inside, when you lay your head down at night, do you feel content? Everybody mute your mics, please. Everybody mute your mics. I'm gonna keep you great. No worries. But when you lay your head down at night, do you feel content? Shout out Mr. Henderson for getting 2. Do you feel content with what you did for your business that day? Truly, and I want you, and if you don't feel no type of way, we got to start from the foundation of what's your why, right? But if you feel some type of way, fix it, right? Fix it. So with that being said, we know the contest that we got going on, and I'm about to end this call and bring on Mr. Henderson. We have the fortune wheel contest for the cash wheel contest for how whoever gets the most sales this month. And listen, guys, Dr. Lennon didn't even put like a cap on it. He didn't even put a cap on it, right? So whoever just has the most sales, right? Whoever has the most sales, we still have the Puna Conta contest going on next month, right? Next month, your name will go into a raffle if you hit RD. If you hit vice president, you're going to Punta Cana. That is still on the table. All exclusive trip, all paid for by our very own founder, Mr. Brown, right? We also have that going on as well, right? And then we also have the RD and the RPC bonuses that are active. You hit RPC, you get 100. We just getting extra money. We just getting extra money, right? I love incentives. You getting $100 for hitting RPC and $500 for hitting RD. All right. With that being said, right? With that being said, if this call was of value to you, if this call really, really did something for you and your business, I want you to unmute your mics and let me hear it again. Let me hear it again.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Great
Good job,
call.
sir.
Awesome.
You did
This was
great.
a
You did
great
real
call.
great.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you. Thank you.
so
Very,
welcome.
Money
yes.
magic.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Let's grow. We know we have our presentation tomorrow. So again, do everything that you can to get somebody on that call. All right. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this portion. And with we all know, right, we're going to bring up our very own pastor. Listen, it already got 2 sign-ups already. Make sure you go in the chat. Ignore all that nonsense ignore all the nonsense that's going on in the chat right now. I think those were bots. I don't know. That just was crazy this morning. Ignore all the nonsense. It's not down. Those aren't even real people. Just ignore it, right? But make sure you welcome Mr. Henderson's brand new business partner. And if she's on the line, let's go, let's grow. If they're on the line, let's go, let's grow. But make sure you go to the chat and welcome them in to the family. Make sure you go into the group me chat and welcome them into the family. And then after this call, make sure you post in the chat as well. All right, with that being said, I'm going to bring on the gentleman that literally sponsored 2 people in the business already, right? And is killing it, always killing it, already hit RD. So I already know he's looking to hit VP, right? Our very own pastor, Mr. Stephon Henderson. Sir, the floor is yours. Can you close us out, please?
Let me unmute. There we go. We unmuted. We unmuted. Super great call. I mean, this was a training of all training. I'm so happy, that it's recorded. We can go back and look at it again with so much information from, right away. The energy was there. The energy is still here. From Miss Green, wonderful job, outstanding job. And I, I just sort of stole, Ventex Tony's. I said, team tectonic, right? Team tectonic, absolutely great job. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead and dab on it. Our very own, VetTech team, right? Come on. You have right here in your hands, really, you have everything you need to be successful. All right? Everything you need to be successful. It's going to be up to you to put it all into place. Great job, great job. Who's in love with Big Mo already? Right? Who's in love with Big Mo already? I'm already in love with Big Mo, ready to take her, on a date. Let's go ahead, get excited, stay, get this momentum, go ahead and rank up, do everything you need to do, and it's not about incentives. It's just about what? It is about what you're willing to do for your own success. Make sense? What you're willing to do for your own success without the incentives. But the incentives are just like a cherry on top, okay? The icing on the cake, right? So without any further ado, we're going to take this call higher. The only way we do that is connect with source. Connect with source. All hearts and minds are clear. Father, we thank you right now. We give you all the glory. We thank you, thank you, thank you. We give you all the praise and honor because honor is due to you. We thank you for this great opportunity, this vehicle, that's going to take us like a rocket ship to our dreams. We thank you for Navetica, your pet's choice. We thank you for the visionary. We thank you for the polymath. We thank you for the one who you molded and shaped for just the time as this, Dr. Lance London. And I thank you for the executive team, for his Mastermind Alliance, especially our upline founders, Mr. and Mrs. Brown. We thank you for everybody. We thank you for emerging leaders. We thank you for Ms. Green. We thank you for Team Tectonic, Miss Vet Tectonic, Miss Fleetner. We thank you for this young man, Mr. Sean Bailey. Absolutely wonderful energy. We thank you, thank you, thank you. And I thank you for everybody on this call, every household represented, and I continue to come out there like a lion, because I know that you created us to be extraordinary, the head and not the tail. We thank you, we bless you, give you all glory in the name of your son, Yeshua. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen.
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 Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Great call.
Great
Great
call.
call.
Thank
Y'all all have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Go to the
Everybody
thread.
have a great
Welcome Miss
day.
Aisha, Miss Aisha Felder, and Miss Patricia Peters.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Good night,
Welcome to the
everybody.
team.
Good
Welcome,
night.
welcome.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.